So hello everyone. Today we are going to start our next subject, business studies. Before starting the subject, I must tell you about something about the subject. The business studies is divided into two parts, part A and part B. In part A, there are total 8 chapters and the weightage in terms of marks is around 50 marks. And the part B consists of 4 chapters and its weightage in marks is 30 marks. So in sum total, they both makes 80 marks of your theory portion and 20 marks is project. So, and one thing also, you must understand that from few years, from the last few years, CBSE is focusing on case-based questions. So, direct questions are not to be asked. They focused on case-based question, and these questions can be answered only when you have a deep and a complete conceptual clarity of the whole syllabus. So just don't try to mug up all the things, but also try to understand the concept. So today we are going to start with our first chapter, the very first chapter of business studies, that is nature and significance of management. For your betterment, I have just written the concept on the board so that it is easy to understand, and if you want to write down, you can also write down in your notebook. Maybe many of the students don't having book, just don't worry. I'm trying my best to provide you the notes also so that no one is going to face difficulty. So now start. What is the meaning of management? What do you mean by management? The main aim of this chapter is to inform you the meaning and importance of management, not in organization, in also in our daily life. Management is nothing but it's just a process. Management is just a process of getting things done or of doing any activity, of accomplishment of your job so that a person can achieve its goal. But here we are going to study the term management from the point of view of business. So it is important to elaborate it. So first of all, I am going to read the meaning of management literally, whatever is written on the book. So as per literal definition, management is the process of designing and maintaining an environment in which individuals work together with the aim of achieving goals efficiently and effectively. As you can see, I have highlighted 3 words. Number 1, process, second, efficiently, and the third is effectively. Because from this definition, these 3 words are emerges having a great importance. First one is process. As you can see, management is the process. What do you mean by process? It means management is not a single work. It is a kind of process. So management includes mainly 5 type of work. Number 1, planning. Number 2, organizing. Number 3, staffing. Number 4, directing. And the last one, number 5, controlling. Therefore, a manager, before initiate its work or before starting a job, he must plan everything. Planning means he must plan, he must see whether he has sufficient resources or not, or whether his organization or his team is capable to do the job or not, or whether it is fruitful for them, for the organization. It means whether it is profitable or not, whether it is economically feasible or not. All these things, aspects, all these things and all the various aspects are analyzed under planning before starting the job. If management seems it economical, it's feasible, it's beneficial to implement the work, to implement the job, then he will start. So the first and foremost step is planning, that how to do the job, Okay. The second step is, if management decided to do the job, then the second step he will follow is organizing. Then the second step, he must organize the required resources which is useful in doing the job. The resources includes all the machineries, financial resources, all the resources which are important and which are required to complete the job. That is called organizing. Then after, only resources itself cannot do the job. For doing the job, he must require some worker, maybe skilled, unskilled, semi-skilled. So he must plan to recruit those workers which are required to complete the job. That is called staffing. And the third step is directing. Only recruitment is not important, is not sufficient. A manager must decide that which worker and which staff is required to do the job. That is assignment of job. In directing, a manager will direct a group of worker or particular worker to do a certain kind of job, and the job must be as per his needs and as per his capability, whatever it is. And the last step is controlling. After completion of work, a manager is analyze the whole process and try to find out his mistakes. It means the loopholes, all the mistakes which they have committed in the whole year while doing the job, and in next year he will try to correct those mistakes. That means in next year, when he makes the plan, he must try to correct all those mistakes, and also he must try that those mistakes will not occur again. That is called controlling. So it is a continuous, you can see it's a continuous process. After planning, that organizing, staffing, directing and controlling, and the next year the whole process will repeat again and again and again, and it makes a vicious circle. That is why it is called as a process. Okay. The next word you can see is efficiently. It means only accomplishment or completion of job is not sufficient. The work must be completed on time as well as with minimum cost. Therefore, the two words also arises, that efficiently and effectively. Efficiently means the work must be completed with minimum cost, and effectively means it must be completed on right time. Both have its own impact. Suppose that a work is completed on a right time, but with a very high cost. High cost means as compared to their substitute product or their competitor, the organization completed the same job with a higher price than other competitors. In this case, no one is going to buy his product, and finally his product will fail. So it is worthless. Therefore, cost factor is also important. However, the management is able to achieve minimum cost only when he will optimize his resources in a best possible manner. That then only he will get to achieve that minimum cost. Suppose a management is able to get to produce his product at a minimum cost, but still the product is not ready on time, then also it is worthless, because person get his order to produce a product on a certain time, and what will happen if we will produce the product at minimum cost and very effective manner but not on proper time. It means I am doing my job very efficiently but not on proper time. What will happen if I am very good teacher of business studies, but I am not able to complete the syllabus on before board exam? Then what will happen? No one is going to come and take classes from me, because time is very important. I must complete my syllabus before exam. That is important. In business also, your work is worthless unless you won't able to complete the job on a required time. So a good manager must be efficient as well as effective. Therefore, both the terms are important. Management must be efficient and effective. So, now the next topic is, this is all about the definition of management. You must remember the word efficiently and effectively. Efficiently related with cost and effectively related with the time. Now, the next topic is characteristics of management. It is also important topic. What are the characteristics of management? There are 7 characteristics are given. Number 1, management is a goal-oriented process. Just remember, always remember, before doing a job, a person must have in his mind certain goal which is need to be achieved. Because without a goal, how can you able to direct your efforts towards certain direction? Because goal give you the direction. So management must have a goal so that they can plan their whole work towards the achievement of that goal. Okay. Here we can take one example also. Here we can take one example also for your understanding for goal-oriented process. Suppose that take an example of car manufacturing company Maruti Udyog Limited. Suppose the owner of Maruti Udyog have decided to sell at least 1 lakh car in current year. This is the goal. So he will direct all his resources and all the employees are instructed to do job in such a manner so that company is able to sell his 1 lakh model of car. So that is important. Before doing the job, a manager must have a clear set of goals. There must be no confusion. The second point is called, the second characteristic is management is pervasive. Pervasive means which is present everywhere. For example, God is known as pervasive. God is everywhere. So management is also everywhere. It means management is a universal concept. Management is not a concept which is applied only in India or in USA, or only it is limited to some place or some organization. No. Management is applicable to any kind of organization or any country. It may applicable to profit organization. It may equally applicable to non-profit organization also. The management has the same importance in small organization as well as big organization. So management is called as a pervasive because it is present everywhere. Next characteristics is management is multi-dimensional. Yes, management is required to cover all the aspects, all the dimensions, have various dimensions which is required to covered by the management. Mainly 3 points can be taken, or 3 dimensions can be taken from that. Number 1, work. You can see number 1, management of work. Work for survival of an organization. Every organization required to do his work, whether it is manufacturing or whether it is service sector organization to provide services, to render services to the customers. So management is required to manage his work so that it can able the organization to render the services or to manufacture the goods in a proper time and in an efficient manner. So management of work is very important. The second one is management of people. As you know, employees, people means employees, the staffs. Employees can be regarded as one of the important assets for an organization. If an organization is having a hard-working and an honest employee, then no one is going to stop him to achieve the best. But problem is that the staffs are a human being. They are not a machine to whom you have just started the machine and the machine is going to start their work. No. People have their own sentiments, their emotions, their objective, their goals. Therefore, a good manager must motivate their employees, their staff, their team so that they can work hard and in an honest manner to achieve the goal of organization. And the third one is management of operation. Here operation means the work operation. There are various type of operations which are required to be followed by doing the work. So manager is required to decide which operation will come first and which will come after, so that there is no delay in completion of the work. Therefore, a good manager is required to have good control to all the operation which are required to do while completing a job. So now the next characteristics is called as management is called as continuous process. As we have earlier decided, we have already discussed the process, continuous process. So again I will tell you, management is a continuous process. As you all know, management is consisting of 5 activities: planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. All these 5 activities is a separate chapter in your subject which we will study later on. It means management, before doing a job, he must plan, then organize the resources, then recruit the employees, that is staffing, then direct those staff to do a required job, and the last is control. So this process will keeps on moving and makes a vicious circle which with a never ending. It is a never ending process. That's why it is called as a management is a continuous process. And the next point is management is a group activity. As we all know, a single person cannot run an industry. It is not possible for a single person to do all the job. Therefore, we can say management is a group activity. Your company or your organization will not achieve success until and unless your employees have good coordination among them. Therefore, a good manager have relevant skills and knowledge to control the group of employees. He is able to convince them that their individual goals, that is their own goals, are very much similar to the organization goal. That means once the organization goal will be achieved, the individual goal is also achieved. For this purpose, they are providing various kind of incentives. They will offer them, once the organization will achieve that target profit. Once organization will achieve the target profit, every employee will get incentive or bonus in addition to their salary. It will help them, it will motivate them to work harder for the organization. So all these techniques can be used by the management so that they can make a good coordination and cooperation among their group of employees. The sixth characteristics is called as a dynamic function. What do you mean by dynamic? Dynamic means changing. As you know, an organization, a company, an entity is required to work in an environment. An entity cannot work in a vacuum. It has to interact with the external environment. And external environment are very much turbulent and dynamic in its own. External environment consists of social environment, political, economical, etc. These all are called as external environment. So any changes arises or occur in political environment or social or economical environment, it will affect your organization. I can give you a very good example of it, of dynamic function. All those organizations which are not able to adapt itself towards the external environment will very soon is out of market. You all know a very old car manufacturing company, that is Hindustan Motors, and his brand car is named as Ambassador. At present, that company is now moved. They are not manufacturing the Ambassador car because Ambassador car is out of market, and the car company is not able to adapt itself in the changing needs of the consumer. as compared to Hyundai or Honda City or a Maruti company. So as a result, they are out of the market. But at the same time, one one another company is Royal Enfield, that is Bullet. It is also a very old company and having a very old bike. Its name is Royal Enfield or Bullet. Still, it is surviving and with a very good position and keeps on growing day by day. And I think it is number one choice of all the consumer in all the age group. How this will happen? The company Royal Enfield is just studied the market. They know the demand and the requirement of the customer and adapt itself and modify their models towards the changing need of the customer and adopt the changing environment, so that it is successful in surviving, not only surviving but also to achieve the number one place in Indian market. So this is the example of dynamic environment. An organization has to adopt itself toward the changing needs of the environment. If you won't adopt it yourself, then your company will very soon shut down. And the last characteristics is management is an intangible force. As you know, intangible means a thing which cannot be seen, which cannot be touched, is known as intangible. Yes, management is an intangible force. You cannot see the effect of management. You cannot see the management itself, but the effect can be seen. Sorry, you cannot see the management, but the effect can be seen. You can see the manager, but their skills cannot be seen. It can only be felt, and the effect can be seen. The improvement or the decline can be seen. Therefore, management itself is an intangible force, but the effect and the efficiency of management can be seen. That can be analyzed. These all are the characteristics of management. There are total 7. Number 1, I am repeating once more. Goal-oriented process. Management is a goal-oriented process. Management is a pervasive. Management is multidimensional. Management is a continuous process. Management is a group activity. Management is having a dynamic function. Management is an intangible force. So for today, that's all. Thank you.